Hi, my name is Heather Barker, and I'll be your professor this semester for your pre-calculus class at Keene University. Welcome to their semester. This class will last for 8 weeks, so we have a very short time together, but I hope that you get a lot out of this course. I ask for you all to introduce yourselves to me in the first discussion board, so I always like to do the same thing for you. So like I said, my name's Heather Barker. I actually live in North Carolina. So I started teaching for Keene about 3 years ago. One of my good friends teaches there, and there was a shortage of teachers for the online courses, and she recommended me because of my past experience. And I jumped at the opportunity because I am always excited to teach different places. So I live in North Carolina. I live in a very, very small rural town. I like to show my students from Keene where I live because I have no neighbors. So I'm going to give you a view out my front porch window. You can see there's nobody there. The front yard is a hayfield. Everyone says that we have a huge front yard, and we do, but we have cows, so we cut hay so that we can feed them through the winter. So I live here with my husband and my 3-year-old son. My husband and I will be celebrating our 7th anniversary in a couple weeks, and we have a 3-year-old little boy. He is the light of my life. He is a ball of energy, but he's the sweetest little thing, and he loves to play outside, so we spend a lot of time outdoors. I'm also active in my community. I volunteer for our fire department. I serve as a treasurer, so I am the bean counter for the fire department, and I'm also a volunteer EMT, so whenever I can, I like to go on call so that we can help out folks in our community. I live half an hour from the nearest grocery store, so you can imagine our paramedics take about that long to get to people when they're sick, so it's important to have people like me in the community that can help out before those folks get there. So I have a bachelor's degree and master's degree in pure mathematics, so I've been teaching for about 10 years now. And I've taught all different levels of math. I've taught from developmental math all the way up to differential equations. 2 of the years I taught at high school, but now I've taught exclusively at community college and universities for the past 8 years after getting my master's. My favorite thing to teach is actually statistics, but I really enjoy pre-calculus too. I like the level of math and getting to dive a little bit more into different ideas. And hopefully some of you guys will be going on to take calculus, so I hope this course helps you in your future endeavors. Right now, I'm actually currently working on my PhD. I'm going to get my PhD in math education, and my focus will be on statistics education because it's such a growing field in the high school and middle school grades. My goal is to one day teach teachers. I want to teach people how to become math teachers. Is my main goal. And I'm really much enjoying working on my PhD, but it's a lot of work. I decided to continue to teach for Keene while I'm working on my PhD because honestly, I enjoy teaching, and I did not want to not teach the whole time I was working on my own degree. So I didn't want to get out of the field, and I'm so thankful that Keene let me stay on. So that's enough about me, but I wanted to give you a little overview of your course. First of all, if you ever need to reach me, there are 3 different ways that are really good to reach me. In the Blackboard shell of in Blackboard course itself, you'll see on this left-hand side a little button that says messages. If you click that, you can send me a message directly. I try to check that twice a day, but if you haven't heard back from me, you may also want to email me, and you can find my email address on the syllabus or under the instructor section. Also, in the discussion board, there's a forum that says Ask the Instructor, and you can ask questions there as well. I'll be honest, I check that the least, really, if you really want to get with me. Messages and emails is where I get to you fastest, but sometimes putting a question in the Ask the Instructor forum helps your classmates out because you'd be surprised at how often people have the same question. Also, I have a Skype address. It's heather.barker23, so heather.barker23. If you want to Skype with me, if it's easier to talk in person than it is to email, you can email me and set up a time to meet, and we'll try to find a time. I work exclusively from home on Thursdays. The college I go to for my PhD is actually an hour and a half away. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. So on Thursdays and Fridays, I work from home. Monday and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I commute back and forth to school. So the best times to get me are Thursday and Fridays. Thursdays from 1 to 2, I pencil out time to work exclusively for Keen and be online so that if you have questions, I will be available. So those are the best times to reach me directly. But of course, I know everyone has different schedules, so always email me and we'll figure out some other time to talk. And I am here, guys. I am real. I find in a lot of online courses that people feel like there's not an instructor there to help them, but I am here to help you. Even more so than a seated class, because I can literally email you at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. My husband gets on me about that all the time because I will sit on the couch and try to answer somebody's question about, I don't know, how to solve a quadratic equation or something. I can help you and I'll be here for you. Let's see. So a little bit about your course. I have a script over here. That's what I keep looking at. Your syllabus is going to be where you find all the information that's required for this course. You can find that in your Blackboard shell. It also talks about your grades and that sort of thing. This course is set up on a point system, so you're not going to be based on percentages. So in this course, you'll find that there are 3 different assignments. You have homework and quizzes that are in My Math Lab. So you get to My Math Lab by going into Blackboard and clicking on the My Math Lab link. That's the only way you're going to get to My Math Lab. So you don't need a course ID or anything because we are hooked directly through Blackboard itself. So when you click on that link, you're going to be asked to register. That's where you need to put in the access code you either purchased from the bookstore, bought online. If you didn't buy an access code, you can actually use your credit card to buy it right there when you go to register. That's completely fine too. So in My Math Lab, you'll have those 2 types of assignments. There's 8 units for the whole course. So each course is going to have 1 set of homework questions and then either 1 or 2 quizzes. The homework's actually worth more points than the quizzes. I often get students get discouraged because they don't do so well in the quizzes, but honestly, the homeworks are worth more points, and we're on a point system. So work really hard on those homeworks to try to understand stuff and get as much points as you can, because you can do those problems over and over, whereas the quizzes, you only get 2 chances to do them. So spend a lot of time in those homeworks to try to get to understand the information. But we also have, back in Blackboard, so back out of My Math Lab, discussion boards for each week, each unit. Your first discussion board is this introductory one, but make sure you do those discussion boards. Those are worth 30 points, which is a lot of points. And it's a way for the course to interact with one another, for the students to interact with one another. That's one thing that's very lacking in online courses, of course, is you don't see each other. But this is a way for you all to talk about problems and discuss things that come up in the course itself. These are not graded for any correctness or anything. They're really just graded on how much you engage in it. So make sure you read the requirements in the syllabus for discussion boards and make sure you do them. Inevitably, halfway through the semester, I'll get students that will say things like, "Oh, I didn't realize they were discussion boards," and then they don't do like 4 of them. Don't be that person. Start now. Start today. Get on the discussion boards. You need to do them. For your discussion boards, each one you're going to do an initial post on whatever the question is I ask of you, and then you're going to come back and reply to at least 2 other classmates on what they did on their post. And when you reply, it needs to be a substantial reply. You can't say something like, "Oh, nice work," or "Oh, I agree." It needs to be like 2 or 3 sentences about what they did and why you thought it was good, or like what they did and maybe they did something wrong and you can correct them, okay? So it needs to be actual engaging conversation, not just "I agree." If your discussion board post reply is 2 words, trust me, you're not going to get full credit. But if you put in an honest effort, this is going to be a full credit grade. It'll be an easy grade, and it'll be a way for you to interact with one another. So don't forget the discussion boards. All right, I'm going to say it one more time, because inevitably 5 or 6 students will get to the end of the semester and say they didn't know they were discussion boards, but do the discussion boards, okay? And that's it. Like you have assignments that are in My Math Lab. You have the discussion boards in Blackboard. And if you get those done, you're going to be good to go, okay? So please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions. I am here. I am real. Let's see, real person. I'm here in the country, but I am here. Yeah, so I hope that I get to know you better this semester, and I hope I can help you on your journey to your degree.